Shall I go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Hello, Marianne. Well, at first, how are you? How did you go through winter, and how is it with your fitness starting again a new season?
Well, looking forward to the first race when the first one comes closer. Of course, the nerves will always also set in a bit. Yeah, but I think we're ready. The whole team is ready, and yeah, really looking forward to this. For me, for my first race of the season. We've had with a couple of the girls last preparations and an altitude, and now here. So we're ready to get it started. And yeah, actually, my winter was not definitely not the most ideal as it started, but yeah, for now I'm I feel ready to race.
And is every winter the same for you, or do you some different things the last years?
Well, I think no, it's never the same. But you try to make a good base, of course, over the winter. Well, trainings you tune a little, yeah, to try and get better, and yeah, to make even yeah, the last percentage to improve. And yes, for me it was different that I didn't do cyclocross, so a little bit of a different winter than other winters. Tom?
Yes, are you positive about the changes in the parcours for Saturday? I mean, there's less gravel in it. I guess it's gone from 50 to 30k in the women's race.
I don't think the less gravel will make it easier. Yeah, it's of course not a big change in the final. So the part will go fast, and then yeah, until yeah, you reach the final loop. We'll do the same. And yeah, you will always see that anyway the race will get in the legs, and in the final the best riders will end up in front. Benoit?
Yeah, hi, Marianne. Well, can you develop a little bit about your relationship with the Strade Bianche, because it's a race you've already done 6 times, almost always in the top 10. So, what do you like about this race, or what don't you like about this race?
Well, I think if you look at the parkour, and if you look at, of course, it's only a short history, but if you look at the names that are on the list of honor, and if you look at also the field that is starting now, that everybody is is aiming to do well in Strade Bianche. Of course, it's if you only look to the images from the past, the beautiful pictures, the wide roads, the dusty the dusty parts, the finish in Siena. Yeah, only to ride here. We did a reckon today. Yeah, it's just your heartbeat goes a few beats faster only from riding around here. But yeah, it's hard. So in the end, it's also about positioning. You need a whole team to be in a good position, to be in control, and then you still need the legs to be there in the final. So yeah, I think the race has everything.
So just to follow up quickly, because you started talking about the history of the race, yeah, how do you rate the importance of Strade Bianche in the women's calendar?
Yeah, of course, this is different for every rider, but yeah, I would rate it definitely with the biggest races there are.
Kirsten?
Yeah,
Hi, Marianne. I have a question about your, well, last year you sort of, I guess there was a bit of a reunited with Pauline Fair and Provo as a team, as a road teammate. And you worked really, really nicely together, I think, throughout the Spring Classic season. A lot of success between the both of you. Now that you're coming into the second season racing together, and I'm assuming you have a similar Spring Classics program, what can we expect from the two of you in the races? Will we see a kind of another step forward and a progression with the way you two race together at the Strade Bianche and maybe some of the other classics later on?
Well, yeah, we knew each other before last year already, but yeah, I was really happy to be back again together in the team. And of course, we do some races together, and I hope we can complement each other. And as we try and do with the whole team, that everybody plays their role. And I also think we have some of the same characteristics, but also different. So we try and get the best out of each other and help each other in the best way.
Thank you. I do have a separate question, actually, outside of Strade Bianche, but it's more about the UCI having consultations with teams across the board, teams, organizers, or stakeholders in cycling at the moment. Things about, finances and fan engagement and the calendar, safety. From your perspective, what would you think are kind of the bigger things that need to be discussed in terms of women's racing on those questionnaires and consultations that are happening?
Well, this is a really broad question. Of course, there is many things to talk about. But I think what has already been said is that the growth of women's cycling does grow the World Tour really fast. But the layer in between, or the layer below the World Tour, is the thing where we all should think about and put energy in, because otherwise the step from youth or development will be a really, really big step to the World Tour. So I think there is definitely needs to be thought about from all the stakeholders.
Okay. Have you been able to give your input? Like, have you received a questionnaire? Has your team circulated one around, or have you been able to input on these topics?
Well, I think there is different platforms for that, but we are able to talk about it. But sometimes it's the question if it reaches the right persons, of course.
Thank you.
All right, Luc.
Hello, Marianne. You and Pauline are two very experienced riders on road, of course, but also in cyclocross, gravel. How is this helping you ahead of a race like the Strade Bianche? Do you discuss together the choices for tires or supplying, etc.?
Actually, the team behind the team is working a lot on this, and we have luckily we have some experience over the last year. So this is not this, of course, we talk about this as riders, but this is also something that the staff is talking and is thinking about. And like I said, we luckily we have some experience, and you take that from all the other years into this year. And I think a bit of background in off-road helps, but for Strade Bianche, it's also just a very hard race with a lot of climbing. It's not only about the material, but we know we have the best setup for this race. Julien?
Hello, Marianne. I would like to ask you two questions about the monuments in cycling. for the men, it has always been 5 monuments, but it's a different story for women cycling, of course. Now there is 4 monuments, but during the first part of your career, there was only the Tour of Flanders in the calendars. So I was wondering, back in the time, what did you consider to be the monuments of women cycling, assuming that this expression made sense at this time? And my second question is, how has evolved your view about the concept of monument with the introduction of Liège, Roubaix, and now San Remo?
Oh, yeah. Well, we had a broad calendar with a lot of races outside of the men's calendar in the past, and there were also beautiful races. So I think we didn't think that much of a monument, although Flanders was always one of the biggest of the calendar. Next to that, also Flash Wallon was one of the early races that was on for us. So yeah, those two. We're definitely the bigger races of the spring. But yeah, like I said, there was already Trofeo Binda, Ronde van Drenthe. We had some great races. So we didn't really think about, if I speak for myself, didn't really think about monuments. But it's great, obviously, that with the addition of so many beautiful races in the calendar, we now have this broader calendar, and we also have the other monuments, where still one is missing though. But time will tell.
And do you see now there is just 4 monuments, or would you add more races? Do you consider Strade Bianche as a monument or any other race? How many monuments do you see now in women's cycling? What's the number?
Yeah, it's just what you call a monument. I think if I look at the impact of the race and if the fan engagement, I think Strade.
Marijn?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Marianne, well, Strade Bianche is one of the harder races, harder one-day races of the season with a lot of climbing. I think we all look forward to another clash between Pauline and Demi Vollering. You know both women very well. How do you look forward to this race and to other clashes between them? Can they become like big rivals in the harder races and in the stage races this year?
Yeah, well, I think Demi already showed in the race, and I also know from Pauline they're both in a really good shape. It's not only about the two of them though. There is of course more riders really ready for this. If I just only name one, then it's Elisa Longo-Borghini, who is in her home country, so she definitely wants to do well in Strade Bianche as well. But yeah, I think the level is really high, and we're gonna see some real good racing.
And if you compare Pauline and Demi with each other, what are their differences and what are their similarities?
Well, that's a good question. I think similarities that they're physically strong, mentally strong. They know what to do. I also think they know each other's strengths. They also know each other's weaknesses, and that's where we're gonna see some really good battles. And of course, as being a Visma Lease bike, I'll be on one side, but anyways, good racing is always good for the sport. Sebastian?
Anne, you said you didn't have the perfect winter. Does that give you some question marks, especially since it's the first race of the season?
that doesn't really, the question marks doesn't really depend on the winter. It's always just yeah, you get a little I think good nerves, because yeah, that's what you need also for racing. You need to be focused, and yeah, a little bit of yeah, well, let's say, how do we say, nerves, or a little bit of doubt is always good to be ready. So yes, it's there, but I think that's just part of what we do, and yeah, I look forward to it. Benoit?
Yeah, well, you're going to be racing like all sorts of classics from Strade Bianche until Amstel Gold Race. Is there a specific moment where you aim to peak with all of these classics? So,
yeah. Yeah, definitely these are different races, from Strade Bianche to Milan-San Remo to Paris-Roubaix, Flanders, and Amstel. It's definitely totally different characteristics of racing. And yeah, we just try to keep a really good base over this period. As is this my first, yeah. Of course, we'll have to see how this goes. But yeah, just try to get the best over this period, and yeah, let's see what it brings.
And did you watch the Belgian opener last weekend? And what did you make of it generally? What did you think of the action? What did he tell you about the challenges that expect you?
That a lot of girls are definitely ready for some good races and racing, and that the level is high. That the bunch has the same nerves as we all have, I think. So that you really need to be prepared and focused and in the right position. And yeah, of course, Omloop het Nieuwsblad is also a different race than Strade, but yeah, we will see some of the same names definitely again. Hans?
Yeah, Marianne, just returning a little bit to Strade Bianche. In the beginning, especially when the men started to race this race for the first time, there were some doubts, complaints that it shouldn't be fair on these kind of roads. We know, of course, you like these kind of roads racing, but how do you think about it on road racing? Because we have the gravel races, of course, but how do you think about these kind of races? Are they fair in your opinion?
Yes, I think it is fair, and of course, gravel. I mean, there's always things that can happen, but I don't think that yeah, that the Strade Bianche in any sense is for example, more dangerous or whatever. And yes, I do like Strade Bianche, and like I say, also in the bunch, and also the fans, they probably I mean, yeah, it's just love this race. I only would not suggest to add gravel in every race. I think it's good that that there are some gravel races with gravel included. But yeah, sometimes one single gravel section wouldn't add much for a race, but I think this one is definitely an addition to the calendar.
And is it different in a one-day race if you do it in a week race like the Giro or the Tour de France? Is that different? You think?
Yeah, I think that's different. And then definitely you need to consider what kind of race you wanna do, or what kind of gravel that you wanna add. But in the end, it's cycling, and it's also about the ability to race different characteristics.
Marianne?
I saw a lot of videos last winter where, like big people from the world of cycling, from now or from the past, has been asked about who their goats are their greatest of all times. And when it comes to women's cycling, they almost always say Marianne Vos. Did you notice that as well? And what do you think about that?
I didn't see a lot of videos, but it's an honor when, of course, people call me like that. It's it's difficult to make a reaction. I just try and do my best already for a while, and I hope to continue to do so.
Who's your goat of women's cycling?
That's a good question. We have a whole, well, as a Dutch, I speak as a Dutch. We have a whole great, a fantastic, history in women's cycling. So yeah, there's so many names with Katie van Oosterhagen, Tineke Vopma, Leontien van Moorsel. I would. It would be hard to pick one because all these women have been paving our way. So and then I don't even talk about the foreigners. So it wouldn't be fair to say one.